Alright, in this video I'm going to be analyzing a lucid dream that I had last night, and for those not familiar with what lucid dreams are, it's basically when you're in a dream and you're aware that you are dreaming. And I know that I haven't really lucid dreamed that much, which is why I was kind of so startled, so rattled by my dream last night. And it's still a little fresh in my mind, so that's why I want to talk about and analyze it to see if I can kind of gain something out of it, because it was really quite outrageous, just like all dreams are. And the first thing I want to say about it is that I was aware that I was in like multiple dreams, that like I was in a dream and then woke up from that and then was in another dream. And that was kind of the first thing that ticked me off. I was like, wait a second, like I just woke up, so that means I'm in a dream right now. And then the first second I realized it, I remember one of the first times I lucid dreamed and then I realized it, I kind of got freaked out and started like kind of going crazy. That's probably what most people do when they wake up in a lucid dream, realize they're dreaming. They kind of go crazy, and then maybe it's something that triggers the other characters in your dream, whether those people are sentient or not, or you're controlling them. It kind of triggers them to kind of keep you in line. So that's one thing I noticed, and I'll get back to that later because that definitely applies. But I remember just being like very calm and being like, all right, I want this to like last, and I want to like get the most experience out of this as possible. So basically what I remember is, and this is going to sound absolutely outrageous, I know they all do because it's a dream. What I remember is walking on a road with a couple people, and then all of a sudden, this is just crazy just thinking about it. All of a sudden we're in a car driving, and in front of me there are two monkeys on motorcycles. Black monkeys, they're like pretty tall. They're easily taller than me, being 7 or 8 feet. First of all, just thinking like, so my first reaction obviously is to take a snap of it and send it to my friends. I literally remember taking out my phone, trying to like find the Snap app, and like videoing myself on the car, and then videoing the monkeys. And then when I saved it, the whole thing just like crashed. So I guess maybe the first lesson I can get from that is that maybe I should just savor the moment. Don't just try to record things for your remembrance later, because you're always going to remember it if you're actually aware of it. And this is absolutely crazy. I can't even believe I'm still remembering this stuff, but I remember being in a house and we're cooking a meal, and there are these two monkeys that are in there basically trying to mess up the meal. There's a rabbit in there. And when I say like a rabbit, I mean like a huge, like, these things are all like very big in my memory, and then like a little dog. And I I don't remember how it happened, but oh, there's a bug in here. I don't remember how it happened, but there's kind of a point where my hand got stuck in the rabbit's mouth, and I just remember like the fear of like thinking that it was gonna bite my hand off, which is crazy to think about. I just think that's one thing that, yeah, maybe it just shows that I need to kind of release to whatever is happening in the moment. But then, what's definitely the most crazy part, that's not even the first half, is that I remember leaving this house. I don't even think we ended up eating the meal because there were just all these animals running around, which at that point I didn't really bat an eye to. I kind of just still thought that was normal, which is also weird in dreams because there's all this crazy stuff happening and we don't really bat an eye to it because we're so entrenched in the moment, we think that it's all so real. So at that point I didn't really realize that I was lucid dreaming, but I was starting to wake up. And then I remember leaving that house and walking again on the road, and I was kind of like having this deja vu. I was like, wait, I've already been here. And that was the point where I was like, wow, there's literally infinite possibilities. It started going through my mind like, what should I do? Like, how can I make the most of this? And it was crazy. I end up walking with these people to this, like, I don't know if I want to call it warehouse or factory or just like large building where there's just a ton of people congregating. Everybody's doing a bunch of different stuff, and I feel like pretty lost there. I don't really know anybody, and I'm walking around trying to like find somebody that I know, or something that makes sense for me, or just something that like, because at this point I know that I'm dreaming, but it's kind of like boring. I can't like fly or anything. Like, maybe you have to train those abilities. I don't know. If you've lucid dreamed, tell me your experience about that and how that differs. But I remember seeing somebody that I knew, and I was like, oh, like, what's up? Can I come with you? And it was very weird. They were like, nah, I think you should, like, stay right here. Because I'm not really, it seemed like again, I have no idea where this was or if it was in my mind, but it seemed that something like kind of malicious was going on, or something kind of sinister was going on behind the scenes in this other room. So I trail back from this room, and this is where the entire dream changed. I trail back from this room and I pass this girl, and then we kind of like exchange eyes, and I'd kind of like recognized her, and I could tell that she recognized me. And she goes up to me and she's like, this is the craziest part. I still can't get over this, whether this was actually like another person, another being, or whether this was all in my mind. And she basically says like what's going on right now? Like, I recognize you, like, and she's like telling me all this stuff like that happened to her family and like all this stuff. And instantly I'm thinking like, wow, like should I tell her that she's in a dream? Like, she doesn't know she's in a dream, but like, how do I know that I'm in a dream and she's not? So basically, I started walking to her. We sit on like a couch or something. Again, I don't understand. Maybe it was like an auditorium or something, but there was a bunch of couches. We sit on this couch. There's like a bunch of people surrounding us also. They're all having their own conversations or whatever's going on. Dreams are crazy, but I basically say, all right, like, here's what's going on. I'm not really sure if I preface this with, like, I don't want you to freak out or, like, relax or something. Or maybe I should have said that, because here's what happened. And this honestly, like, just rattles me to this point. This is why I'm sharing this, is that I basically said, like, yeah, like, you're in a dream right now. Like, you're lucid dreaming. And I knew that I was dreaming, and she clearly didn't know she was dreaming. So this information had to have completely shocked her. And this is why I think that it was a separate entity, because I literally saw like this, like, if you've seen the show Avatar, like when they go into the Avatar state, like kind of how like the eyes light up and then like something just like changes. I literally saw this girl, like, eyes light up and then something just like changed inside, and she like stood up, and like maybe she was so shocked that she had no idea what to do, or she just wanted to go do everything. And instantly at that moment when she stood up and like eyes lit up like Avatar mode, everybody around me got up from what they were doing and then just like straight up attacked her, which is so crazy to think about. Are people, is it that kind of the game is programmed that people feel threatened when other people wake up from it? That's definitely kind of more of a meta thing when it comes to this real life, as real as you want to think that we're living now. But that is absolutely crazy for me to think about, that she kind of woke up. I told her that she was lucid dreaming, and she realized it and might have like gotten these powers or something, and was instantly like basically murked. Like they had guns or whatever they had that they destroyed her, maybe sent her to another dream. And I just remember sitting there for a couple of minutes being like, what am I doing here? Like, what just happened? Like, I want to see that girl again. Like, where was that even real? Like, who was it? And I literally remember like writing in my phone notes like her name, like what happened, and that I shouldn't forget it. And then obviously when I wake up, those phone notes aren't real, but it actually helped me remember the dream when I woke up, which is also very weird. I don't know. I mean, definitely share your perspective on any lucid dreams you've had. I'd love to hear about it. I just think dreams are such a fascinating concept. That's why I talk about it, and also just talk about it to kind of try to make sense of it in a way that you can't make sense of. When I woke up, I started reading something about dreams, about how it's kind of like a town where we're all in different houses, but these houses are all still in the same town. So we're all kind of in the same dream world, even though we might be like kind of divided by little thin veils, thin illusions. I don't know. That's it for this. Lucid dreams are crazy. Maybe I'll have more in the future.